Perfect. No backup camera. If you're backed up to a trailer, you understand. It's gonna be a good day today. Morning. So this morning we're going to try to get started on some beans. I think the planter's ready to go. I did get some spare parts. I got some spare openers the other day. I got some graphite talc. We should be ready to plant some beans. It's finally dry enough. This is Sunday. We got rained out Wednesday evening, Wednesday night. And yeah, it's finally dry enough. Just in time for it to rain again. What are you doing there, bub? Oh, okay. Working hard? Did you pee? Hi, guys. Man, something met the end there. Alright, so we gotta fill this up. One other thing I gotta do, since this is a different planter tractor than the last time, I gotta grab a GPS setting out of Dad's tractor that basically exports satellite signal from the AGCO satellite receiver to the Pro 700, and then maybe I think we'll be ready to try it. Probably not, but I hope so. I think Dad's tractor's, yep, there it is. That's what we need. The one thing that this tender has is an automatic talker. So talc, or graphite talc as we are using today, is seed flow lubricant. This is actually a very nice feature, having this automatic one in here, especially when it's windy. If you know, you know, and if you don't, stuff blows all over you. You end up looking, depending on what you're using, either very dark complected or you look very white complected, because the graphite is the color of graphite and talc is the color of baby powder. Man, if there's talc in there, or graphite, I don't see it. This is what talc graphite usually looks like. That looks like straight graphite, actually. I guess it just ain't mixed up very well. Alright, that should last us quite a while. But with this thing constantly putting in versus I just used to trickle some in, we'll probably go through it a little bit quicker, but we probably needed that. So I got half a bucket here, just leave it in the bed of the truck. That way I got a little bit of a warning. So we got our information in there, and it looks like we've got GPS to the Pro 700. So mission 1 accomplished. Okay friends, good news. Planter's primed, everything is running. I'm going to go plant this 7-acre field right here beside George's house. Unlike the corn planter, I always start away from the highway. Seems like it's easier to hide my mistakes that way. And it's closer to my tools. Well, since Dad and I are planting our seeds and BJ's stripping, he's kind of been volunteered as the tillage man. So since he's a little bit behind in the stripping game, we're going to be planting into a lot more strict no-till on our soybeans. Normally we would VT these. I personally like to get the stalks knocked down. One thing about it, this tractor does have RTK, so in the straight rows I'll just straddle them is my plan. Alright, made a pass around this field. Let's get out and dig and see what our depth is. Guessing we're too deep. The last thing this planter planned was double crops. We always crank the depth on the double crops to pierce the straw. Too deep or good?
Oh, that's good.
No. Huh. Oh, there's beans. So this tractor strip tilled this field last year, and the line is still saved. Now it did strip till it on WAS or range point or something like that, not RTK. So it's not perfect. We are overlapping like one row, I think. But it's good enough to eat a sandwich. I don't know about you guys, but it never fails. Anytime someone brings me lunch, I'm super grateful, but it always happens when I am opening up a field. All right, we're 5 acres in almost. Had to call the man one time. I did not know that on a case planter, you need to run your hydraulic flow, even on your vacuum fans, high, and then it'll regulate itself back there. On our John Deere planter, it's just the opposite. You control your fan by adjusting your flow. On this setup, you just turn your flow full bore. Just other things tied into that valve. So my bulk fan and one of my vacuum fans are all tied in together. I was out running my bulk fan. My bulk fan is that thing in between the seed tanks. That's what's sending seed to each meter. And on my ends, I was running out, which kind of led me to believe I was just running out of seed. There wasn't really a blockage, because when I would stop, it would fill back up. But in the course of that, I found this hobo walking around. You was walking. George, you want to repeat that message?
Well, show them what I'm talking about. See my woman over there, she's working while I'm loafing. I told her, I said, don't you slow down because I'm loafing.
Yeah, I hope Becky watches this.
I hope she does too. That way she'll
kick your ass.
Hey everybody, Brian gave me a camera here today. Got a couple more tanks, burned down beans, be done with them. Back to planting corn, maybe a little later on, maybe. Hopefully, before rain sets in. If it rain tomorrow, we'll get this burned down done, because it's filled up here, going out, and we're going down to the farm we tiled this winter. A little bit to do down there, about 100 acres or more. Tank, better.
Looks like BJ's finally getting on the clock. Stripping ain't easy on a Sunday.
We're in between these spray runs, or these tile runs. It's 40 feet, and we're spraying 120, so we skip every other one. A couple works out just right. Dry this field up, I'll say that. Just gotta take the dozer here and smooth these up. See, that truck's still sitting there. We might just move it this time, because we're getting ready to plant. If it's there next time, come through your dozer, well, it's gone.
So last year, the planter ran really good, other than we were constantly having opener issues, or openers, the bearing, the thing that holds the bearing in would go out, and then the bearing would start walking, and we would eventually plug up. Here's to this being the only time it happens this year. I do have new ones. I bought 6 new ones when I was at the store the other day. It's the only 6 they had. So I hear they're hard to come by right now for all brands. John Deere, AGCO, Case, all of them. Because of COVID, of course. So gosh, I hope that's the only one we have go out. Or at least we don't have 6 more go out. Alright, we were going to need seed anyways, so let's go ahead and fill the planter up and change that opener. Alright, so the part that messes up on these, this is a split bearing for some reason, and it will walk back and forth, and eventually it'll get so much wiggle in it that this thing will start doing this, and dirt will build up in it and it'll plug. The bearings still spin fine, it's just a poor design, in my opinion. Here is one of the old ones. Bearing still spins fine, but it pulls out pretty far. That new one does too, so I don't know. I don't know why this is designed this way, but I can't be the only one having this issue, so if you are, let me know. Hopefully this is the only one this year, but I doubt it. Other than that, planter's running great. Okay, let's see if this fixes it.
Well, this field here is one we're going to tile, and boy, it's wet. Of course, that grass don't help it, but Brian, he's cut in when he spread some dirt and fertilizer on the floater, boy, the places he cut in. Places I'm kind of leaving some tracks, but getting through it okay. But it's wet, a whole lot wetter than the other fields. Get this grass dying, that'll help us dry out a little bit.
Gotta do a little pole dancing. BJ's stripping and I'm pole dancing. It's really interesting when you're pole dancing while you're stripping. There's an electric pole there, folks. That's what I'm talking about. Don't worry, don't turn it off. We're not getting crazy. Electric pole. We're just about 100 acres in. everything's running great. So we got about 120 acres right here by the grain bins. We're gonna do those, and then we'll see where we're at. It is supposed to rain around 2 o'clock. If this thing will hold together, I intend on running until it rains. So I'm probably just going to end up really sleepy tomorrow and then planning all day tomorrow, which is best case scenario.
BJ just filled up. He's just about done down there stripping. Got the end strip till on this field. He'll be done down here, bottoms.
All right, walk through our fold menu here. Gives you it's pretty hard to screw this up as long as you follow this sequence. Everything runs through your lift and lower switch.
I've just sprayed the Agco plot here, bean plot, rye. This was a cover crop they put on rye. I just sprayed it, sprayed Roundup. Beans are starting to come up, I think. It's just barely peeping through some of them. So I just put plain Roundup on them. Should take care of everything. Just run some clean water in the tank, flush it out, clean the booms out. All burn down done for the year. Glad that's done. Now we got to what corn I got planted. Next thing I'll do is I've got to switch nozzles on this and put 28 on what we've planted. Okay, go back to the shed there. I just looked at the radar. Looks like the rain's about an hour out. Maybe not that long.
The meal wagon. You're so pretty right now.
Just right now. No other time ever, just right now.
Well, I guess the other time too. Thanks for dinner. All right, let's take a look at what Big Mama sent us for dinner. Some licorice, one of my favorite candies, if anyone's wondering. PO box in the description. Love strawberry licorice, watermelon, anyways, love licorice. Ooh, some banana nut bread from this morning. Also a favorite, a salad. A salad! No, I like salads. And then we got some chicken and noodles down there.
There's BJ down there, strip down. Those lights on. Don't look at dark on camera, but it's starting to get a little dark. I'm gonna take Brian some beans over here, fill him up so he can keep going. It's just filled up.
Dad just got done spraying for the night. So he brought me seed.
Brian's got red lights on his planter. Mine's pretty, mine's green. They're brighter than his. Huh?
Where's your planter?
It's sitting resting, getting ready. He's got that fancy tender, all electronic, all remote, wireless remote, lights all over it. Puts the talc in it, mixes it in. That thing's got scales on it. He can set the weight on it, how much he wants to put in it, and it'll automatically shut that off when it gets that weight in it. Pretty neat.
All right, we're filled up. Got plenty of seed here. This is my first experience planting a cover crop. Dad sprayed this about 2 weeks ago, so it's pretty dead. Get to it. Be interested to see how much less dusty this cover crop ground is. This cover crop was vertical tilled in, but it was done back in October. Whereas those fields we were just in were vertical tilled about a month ago. Well, I think I've won the light game tonight. Brother gave up pretty early, so I'm going to go ahead and be able to see. I love it when the chances of rain change by 5 hours. Now, it wasn't supposed to rain till like 2 a.m. and I was really hoping to finish up this this top ground. I got 60 acres right here, and we're 10 acres into it, so I need like 2.5, 3 more hours to finish this. I don't know if we're gonna get it. Yeah, it's trying to rain. It's early. It's about 5 hours early. We're almost done with this field, so we just gotta make it a few more feet. And we're done. So we're done. We can probably keep planting I don't know, it's starting to get tacky. It's starting to stick to the gauge wheels. We just need to call it quits. We got this field done. It's going to start raining more and more looking at the radars, so I really hate getting a field partially started because then you have uneven emergence throughout the field, especially if you do your end rows first. So this is a good quitting place for now, unfortunately. Like I said, this rain is about 5 hours early.